Thursday. I'll jump on here and make sure that our stream's getting to our friends at X over there. Make sure they can hear me. On here, make sure that our stream. Yeah, it looks like they can hear me okay. Good deal. Yesterday didn't end off as bad as I thought it was going to. So that was good. Today, kind of more of the same, a little downish looking. We'll see. We'll see how it is. Let me get my chat fired up here. I can see it. Yeah. Starting out here, I wait for a few people, but starting out here looking at my buddy Jason A. Williams, the Bitcoin bull. First started talking, there's 150,000, now sitting at 19.8 million. And the interesting thing is down here, his wallet, which he's committed to not give away. Goachmaster GM, 6:33 a.m. for Goachmaster there on the West Coast. Early, get up and at 'em, man. Get them apples, get them. Hey, Ralph OX, GM, man. Yeah, look at this. I'm looking at Jason's wallet here before we jump into the market because the market just barely open. Giving it a few minutes here. His wallet now, he's probably giving away well over $250,000 now. Still, he's only giving away about 1.17% of the supply, which is close to probably $250,000. But now he's sitting on $13.6 million that eventually goes back to the community or does other stuff. He's not selling them. I can't wait till we get to 100 million. Yesterday, by the way, wicked up. I know some people are just joining us, so we can talk about it. Wicked up to 23.1 million. Looking to hold 20 million. He's going to do another massive airdrop for people who've been pulling the wagon. He's got an algorithm. People have been bull posting, hosting shows, whatever his algorithm is. People basically working. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to lose I hate the lighting. I've got horrible lighting here in my basement. So I'm going to lose that little picture there. Got some new lighting ready to order, but I've just been too lazy, too busy to do it. But anyway, yeah, we had another wick down yesterday, down all the way to 13.44. Got bought up fast. Real sign of healthiness, right? Fired all the way back to 23.17, and now we're holding solid. I think we're going to get that 20 million, then 21 million floor. Feels good. I made another big buy at 7.2 million. I mean, originally I came in at 150K. I'm up like what, 140X, but geez, I made another big buy at 12.2, I think it was 12.2. So I'm happy about that, man. It's but this is a long-term project, I believe. Well, Jason's got 13.6 million still to give back to the community. Imagine if we hit $1 billion and he had $700 million to give away. That's serious, right? Who's done that? We look at Ansem over here. Where's Ansem? I don't see him on shows. I just was at my buddy DigiJoin space. He was over there in the audience. I don't know if he's talking or not because I was doing show prep. But anyway, yeah, what other founder do you see who's out here rewarding the community and helping them? But anyway, let's look at the macro. This is Opening Bell Crypto after all. Thanks everyone for joining me. See people already on YouTube and a bunch over on the X. So it's a Thursday. Don't expect, fireworks today. Other than I'm in Utah. My wife has a house out here, grandma's house she bought a while back. Well, quite a while back. Anyway, it's 24th of July is Pioneer Day. Days of 40. So 1847 is when the Pioneers first time they showed up in the Salt Lake Valley, just 24th of July, and this is the day today. So there's parades, rodeos, the whole 9 yards. I'll be hitting the rodeo, be posting some content from there. Goes hand in hand with the Bitcoin bull theme, right? So anyway, let's refresh this, see where we're at, man. I could talk about the Bitcoin bull all day long, having too much fun, but Okay, NASDAQ down. Oh, wow. Down 1.56%. Wow. Much higher than it was looking. And a lot of that is Google. Google's, it says right here, if you look in the corner here, this little article, Google's extreme AI CapEx. CapEx stands for capital expenditure, buying data centers, buying servers, whatever. Spending plan triggers a technical warning on the stock price. Like they had the first negative quarter, maybe forever. Yeah, Quantum 5652. How did Evil Ape nuke to 70K? It's crazy. I was in a wedding. My wife and I were at a wedding yesterday. Hey, Scott, GM. Yeah, I don't want to get too deep in this, but I will mention it. Got a good friend. I've known Al. I've known Jason the longest. I've known Jason for like 10 years out here, but I've known 9 years. I've known Al probably 7, 8 years out here. He has a morning show. He has a creator token called Evil Ape. And, he's here every day grinding. Different than Jason. Jason, for those you don't understand, Jason bought 70% of the supply. As he says, he bought 7 apples. That leaves 3 apples for hold on, I got to go to deck screener here. So the idea was, the lore is, I've got 7 apples I'm not selling, and I've got 3 apples that are out there. That's why we all have the 3 apples. If you're looking at me on X, you'll see I've got the 3 apples next to my name, right? Kind of the lore. Some people were fudding supply control versus price control, things like that. Anyway, Alk, our guy Alk, who has a morning show going on right now, entertaining as hell, funny as hell. He tends to crash out, right? He tends to crash out, gets a little emotional, and he's also on these crusades to save everyone. And in the past has fudded some projects, some justified, some not. Anyway, just a quick recap. And like I said, I came out after having my phone shut off for 3 hours. I come out to this, but what happened is, his Evil Ape coin, he's just keeping, he did a fair launch, doesn't own any of the token, right? So completely two completely different platforms here. 2 completely different approaches, right? He's also not famous, just a single dad, lives in Boston, does his thing, but he is funny and he's here every day. But he's polarizing because he tends to crash out. So, he has a lot of ops and a lot of people fudding the, my computer's slow there. People, going at him. So anyway, different situation. But anyway, it was down to like 30,000 market cap. And Jason kind of went in there, started supporting, working, hey, let's rally the troops, whatever. So anyway, it popped up like 500,000, and he was pushing it hard. He was pushing it hard, helping, putting in his titles, helping push. And, maybe on a side note, maybe didn't feel like Jason was reciprocating, or the Evil Ape, or the Bitcoin bull community was bull posting as much as he was, which is true, because one coin's a lot higher. One coin's, 200,000 market cap. One coin's 20 million. Jason's famous. Jason's this, that, he's got all this money. He's giving back to the community. 2 totally different things. It is what it is. So here's Evil Ape here. So this is the 4 hours. So this is when Jason kind of started, is this Evil Ape? No, Evil Squid. Give me a freaking break. Piece of crap. I think I have so many windows open. Anyway, so Easy, another guy out here who's been around for a while, who's always, same thing, tends to be a polarizing figure. Maybe just a character out here. Easy the guy has been around for, 10 plus years, really knows his stuff. Once again, though, pretty polarizing, plays a character out here, honestly, to be quite frank. And feuding. I mean, heck, he was feuding with Jason recently. over in. Anyways, I don't want to go into all that, but bottom line, I just want to show you this thing here. So, because it was asked by Quantum, because we were supporting it. So Jason was going in there supporting it, and I support. I've been buying it. I bought mine like at 12,000, 20,000. Oh, let me do my little right click refresh here that someone taught me yesterday. So this Evil Ape was way down here, right, in oblivion. Jason came in, got it here, right, and then now, so somehow when I was in the wedding, I have no idea. Alk and Easy are feuding now or something, or I don't know. Easy went and said, I'm sending all my Evil Ape to buy TBB, and which is funny because Easy has been fudding TBB since 200,000. Anyway, the drama out here is crazy. So anyway, and then I think Jason and TBB were kind of got caught some strays, and so now he said he was selling all his TBB to support Evil Ape. I think it's more of an Easy ALK thing, not really involves us, but nonetheless, that's what happened. So now it's down at 69,000 and whatever. So crazy stuff. Anyway, enough of that drama. But anyway, let's look at crypto and stuff. Let's get into the news here. But yeah, that's what happened. Oh, by the way, let's look at. I'm looking at Ansem, and I'm keeping track of Ansem and Cash Cat to kind of represent the push and pull between the much hype launch of the Robinhood blockchain, right? Cash Cat was their biggest one, and it's a wild west over there. I bought my first one the other day. I'm seeing rug pulls every day. It's Robinhood's chain, but it's basically a layer 2 EVM compatible. So you have all the stuff that can happen with Ethereum contracts, honeypots, taxes, exit taxes. You can do all kinds of hidden trickery, right? Which you can't really do on Solana, especially the pump fund contracts. So Wild West, man. I'm seeing rug pulls every day. I've only ever bought one. I think it was Buff Cat, because some good big supporters of the Bitcoin bull guys, they're pushing it. So I bought a few $100 worth just for the culture, just to see how it worked. Anyway, I think it's doing about where I came in, maybe up a little. But anyway, there's all kinds of honeypots crashing. People are making money too. But I'm looking at the two to see how back and forth how it's going here. I want to go back to Yahoo too. I got kind of sidetracked on the whole Evil Ape thing. Cash Cat 46.2, so it's way down. Not doing great. Ansem as well. So yeah, it doesn't mean there's still a lot of hype. There's still a lot of volume over there. And I'm not saying it's going away. I just wanted to show Ansem down as well. And Solana down. Part of this is just overall, but Ansem down as well to 170. It's been up to 450. Cash Cat, I think, was 250 million. Good morning, Mr. Heine, Scott. Great show this morning, Scott. Both from the Heine community. Mr. Heine, hole in one. 2 days off his hole in one. That was crazy, man. Congrats to that. Great community. Definitely check out the Heine Coin community. Big supporters of this show, and we appreciate them. They've also got tokens and NFTs. You probably got some upside there. This is a community that's not going away. And we're kind of working with a bunch of different communities, right? As well as, a lot of us caught this win on the Bitcoin bull. So that was cool. But yeah, so Ansem, them doing so. So one thing I want to talk about on Yahoo, I didn't bring up either. By the way, I appreciate everyone here listening live. A bunch of people over on X, a bunch of people on YouTube. Have Rumble too. I don't think anyone even watched it over there, but I may bump Rumble so I can put my TikTok. I do have almost 1,000 followers now on TikTok. I wanted you to look at this, guys. Oil, $90.99. Basically, let's call it $91, up 4.79%. So we're not hearing a lot about the war, but that is not good. That is not good. Oil up like $22 off of where it was a few weeks ago. I think that's because the Houthi situation we'll talk about. SPCX, SpaceX, 115, down like 6% yesterday. Now solid $20 off ICO. and realize most people didn't buy at 135. Most people bought at 140, 150, 155. So as we said, usually wait to start buying into these. Also, STRC 8647. That's Michael Saylor's strategy. It's kind of holding, right? Crypto itself, Bitcoin. I'll step up my speed here so we can cover everything. Bitcoin right at $65,001. We're down 1.3% for the day. If we look at since the market opened on the hourly chart here, that's what it looks like, up, down, up, down. But we're down a little, getting sucked down by the traditional market. Still, if we could hold over 65, that'd be great. Ethereum 1905. Let's look at the daily chart here. Actually down 1.6%. We've got probably all at the Google earnings, all just kind of when Google came out with no revenues for the first time, maybe ever. XRP $1.11, down 2.4. Solana is at 76.83, down 1.1%. So that's where we're at, kind of like yesterday. Look, maybe we're just kind of slightly bleeding, waiting to see, is there a catalyst? Anyway, that's that. Look at some of the news that's doing. It's mostly all macro driven. This is interesting. End of an era. Arthur Hayes, who I like Arthur Hayes, pretty one of the smartest guys out there in crypto, honestly. Founded BitMEX, the first really successful perps exchange out there, right? After 11 years, BitMEX will permanently close down September 23rd. New registration stopped. New users urged to withdraw their funds. At its peak, BitMEX processed a record 16 billion in one day and over 1 trillion in annual trading volume. Hayes and his co-founders left their leadership roles after U.S. criminal charges 2020. They settled that for like 40 million. Of course, they made billions. And it is, hey, MJ, over from XTEB. Oh, the Earning Bull. The Earning Bull. I talk about that sometimes. That's another friend, kind of been working with the community. Michael, find out about that. We'll talk about it. He always speaks on my GM Bitcoin morning show, even before he had the Earning Bull. But yeah, he's kind of, listen, Michael's been right there since day one of the Bitcoin bull, helping, supporting, kind of benefiting, right? Which Alk was doing too, but then Alk, I think, was offended that he wasn't getting his just due. But this is how I would say it. If you were a wrestler and you were wrestling and you were just getting started and you got to wrestle like a Hulk Hogan or whoever the big guy was, right? That you're the B side of the ticket, right? Just doesn't mean you're not going to be bigger someday or whatever. But right now you're the B side of the ticket, right? You're going to gain a lot more by wrestling the champion because you're relatively unknown. Same thing. When you're an actor, right? If you're playing a role and you're playing with a bigger star, that's gonna build up your credibility. Look at who epitomizes this was Tom Cruise, right? Started out with risky business, kind of a fun, low budget, college teen flick, whatever, right? But then what did he do? He played Dustin Hoffman, right? He played in Rain Man with Dustin Hoffman. That raised his stock big time. He played early on, you may not remember, a pool show with Paul Newman and just continued to build his brand. Now he's bigger than all those guys, right? So you benefit from a Jason Williams. You benefit from a bigger community, even if they're just kind of supporting you, kind of coming to your shows, stuff like that, right? TEB, the Earning Bull, has benefited. It's about a 350 million or thousand market cap. It's benefited from supporting and there. So yeah, I don't know Alk was the smartest move financially, but it is what it is. And like I said, I think this whole thing, it really has nothing to do with Jason, but now he's feuding with Jason or whatever, back and forth, whatever, who cares? So basically, he's not going to be getting supported by maybe Jason and the Bitcoin bull community as a whole, but I know there's people within that still support him. I mean, I support him because I've never looked at it as that it's really going to go huge. It could. He shows up every day, but it's a different structure. Forget Jason Williams and Alk, as far as the leaders or whatever. It's just a different structure, a different time. And one of them, look, one of them's 20 million, one of them's 70,000. Now, doesn't mean that Evil Ape will never hit millions, but right now you got to look at your thesis. Like I see people talking shit about Bitcoin Bull. They just look like morons. People have been talking crap since 150,000. They look stupid. People who are talking bull crap yesterday at 13 million, they look stupid because the project's moving forward. It's just the fundamentals of the project. Part of that's including Jason Williams as the founder. But anyway, end of an era. These guys, I think they had to leave. Once they left the company, then that the momentum stopped. It's just kind of been bleeding down since then. Anyway, they're shutting their doors. They can't compete with obviously BitMEX and the least of which Hype and some of these other, DEXs, decentralized exchanges that are doing huge money like Hype, Hyperliquid. 20, man, we're still at extreme fear for like 9 months now. It's funny how we've stayed at 20 for like 3 weeks. Mubdala Capital with 430 million assets under management launches a tokenized private market fund with 75 million. Built with UK-based Kaio, the fund is available to investors on Base, Solana, and Sui. Coinbase is also going to be an investor, so getting some exposure. So we're going tokenization. I mean, it moves forward. Goldman Sachs CEO David Sullivan just said, I'm very supporting and moving the Clarity Act forward so we can get some market structure in place. The conversation has changed. Wall Street isn't fighting crypto anymore. I'm asking for clear rules. So it's like, yeah, they need to get this passed. Don't know, man. Yeah. Welcome everyone that's listening live, man. Appreciate everybody. It's a Thursday. It's not crazy. Not a big day. Unless you're in Utah, it's Pioneer Day tomorrow. Going to the rodeo tonight. I'm going to be posting some bull riding. If you've never been to American rodeo or whatever, that bull riding's crazy. That bull, you have to be freaking crazy to get on one of those bulls, man. Those bulls love it too. They're just like solid muscle. They just like to throw you off and now and again try and smash into the ground. They've got these clowns that come out. These guys are badass. They're dressed like idiots with clown faces and big pants and stuff, but they'll do flips over the bulls. These guys are, you see these guys in real life, they're like freaking gymnasts, man. These guys are badass. They're badass. They get right there in front of the bull to distract it and they get knocked around. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'll post some content tonight and tomorrow from the rodeo, man. It's there's 2 big rodeos going on here in Utah tonight. But anyway, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, man. But other than that, it's just a Thursday, low volume Thursday, and we're bleeding out a little bit. Damn right I'm bull post tonight for the rodeo because it's the Bitcoin bull, man. We should be sponsoring that rodeo. Should be a sponsor. But it's fun. It's exciting. They put on all this loud rock music. And they just have to stay on that bull for 8 seconds. Almost nobody does. Almost nobody does. And if you're riding these bulls, some of these guys have had like 40 broken bones. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. But yeah, it's very few people stay on the bull. Yeah, Quantum 56. Let me get this straight. Easy threatened Jason's family a few weeks ago, but now he's trying to support. Yes. So to be clear, Easy was fudding and threatening Jason, and they blocked each other anyway. You don't trust Easy. Yeah, listen, these guys are characters out there. Yeah, we don't need any drama, honestly. But anyway, that's why it's such a crazy situation, right? There's a website, CTMZ. She'll have a heyday with this. This is what she thrives on. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, listen. look at the fundamentals, right? Look at the fundamentals. If you're fudding the Bitcoin bull, you're honestly an idiot and you don't know anything about crypto, or you've got some personal motive, right? It's stupid. You just look dumb. Oh, Jason offended you. You don't like Jason or whatever, or, whatever. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't. I've been saying since 150,000 this, and once I saw Jason locked in, this thing's, I said 20, actually Hoff invented it, 21 million coded. We're already there. We're about to be there as a floor. Let's look what our floor is right now. 18.1 million, a little bit of a dip. Great. But we hit over 21 million. We're going to eventually, that floor comes in at around 20 million, 21 million. Then it goes to 100 million and maybe a billion. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, if all you're doing is talking about the community or Jason or whatever, or it's not, you're an idiot. I don't know how else to say it. You're not going to make any money out here, and you don't know. Rect, who a lot of people call him a scammer. He has the thesis down. He made $100,000. If you got one of the first airdrops and held it, you can go buy a freaking car right now. Go buy a brand new car with your damn airdrop. Anyway, this is what's it. This is crazy. So Google reports first quarter of negative cash flow. So look at that. And maybe ever, right? So that's what's scaring everyone. They're used to these guys just having all this extra money, billions of dollars in extra money. And now all of a sudden they're spending it all on AI. Is that going to pay off? That's it, Yeah, Scott said it best. We're here to make money, have fun, and act responsibly and lift each other up. It's easier to break stuff down. I mean, we don't need this drama. Save that for CTMZ. She loves that stuff. And that's what her show's about, man. We're here to have money, good vibes. It's like, Scott, you and I and everyone else who got in early, we're up like 140, 150x right now. It's crazy. Yeah, what do we care about all this freaking drama? That's broke people shit. Donald Trump talking about the Houthis. Big post about the Houthis. I'm not going to go into it because I'm running out of time. But I believe this is why oil's up to $92, 91, $92. And they're keeping it on the low down, but not good. That's not going to help everything. We got to get that solved. But also, Strategy and all these other companies here, Anchorage Digital, ARK Investment, BlackRock, Blockstream, Coinbase, Fidelity, Galaxy, they're all dedicating $15 million to the BTC consortium, Bitcoin security. I'm sure they'll work on doing stuff with quantum computing, all that stuff. But all these companies that own a bunch of Bitcoin, they're now making their own private group to make sure they help Bitcoin. Trump proves landmark U.S.-Saudi nuclear deal, paving the way for. Now, he said there's not going to be any uranium enrichment there. He said it's just, we're going to have these here too, guys. We need this to power AI in the future, data centers and all that, and mine some Bitcoin. Jobless claims, initial was 187 versus 2017. So I guess less jobless claims than expected. That's good news, but bad news for the Fed. We're not going to get into that. We've talked about it before. By the way, come over to the GM Bitcoin Morning Show, and we'll talk about Bitcoin bull and positive. Hopefully, I don't really want to talk about this drama stuff because it's stupid. Bad enough we talked about it here. MJ says, ignore all the drama, invest at your own risk, have fun. You make money, you lose money. Happens all the time. Absolutely. Jensen Wong said the A-buy bubble will come someday. It's just not today. Amen to that. Hey, thank you. Tons of people here. Great show. We'll be over there right now. Bull season, MJ. Amen to that. It is bull season, both at the rodeo tonight, and we got a carnival in town. It's just crazy. Funnel cakes. I don't know what kind of crap's out there. Anyway, yeah, man, come over and join us on the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. Nope. Yeah, I got it right finally. GM Bitcoin Morning Show. We'll have about an hour to talk about it. We'll talk Bitcoin bull. We'll talk about all the stuff we covered here. Probably won't. I want to avoid the drama over there. It's a morning show. Too early for this bullshit. And it's not really that big a drama anyway. And who gives a shit? We're up 150x. and we're going to $1 billion. I posted on the title. I think my title is TBB Billions, man. So join us over there. Thanks for joining me here. Have a great Thursday. End the week strong. Touch some grass.